Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Thank you for being a friend.
No, it's copyrighted. Don't do that.
When it's
That's
Frank's channel, all
flagged.
of a sudden, no.
Are
I
you
want
saying
them to
his
like
singing is
me.
that good?
Nah.
And we're going to be copyrighted?
We're gonna get flagged. It's just
Nah.
too good. It's like that Weezer cover album. Everything just sounds like.
God,
Yes,
I heard that they were talking about that on the radio, and they kept playing snippets from it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I want to buy this.
buy it. It's on YouTube. On
I'll buy
Weezer's
it
account.
though. I want to, dude. I want to buy it."
You just really like Toto's Africa that much.
Well, no, like, because like all the albums are like blue, red. This one's teal. I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Not all the albums. There's also Pinkerton.
don't what they call that, the pink album?
It's not pink though. It's like got a graphic
And
on
then
it.
Ratitude is technically not color, I guess.
All right,
So welcome to. You're not the
hi,
head of
doggy.
the show. Aw, what's that pupper's name?
Zoe. That's her name.
Oh, hi Zoe. You're cute. Welcome to TNT Podcast, episode 1, 2,
All right.
3.
All right.
With-
Oh, yeah, and this is Nico.
Aw,
We got 2 guests on the show.
aw.
Yeah.
My wife's cuddling with
They're
our
gonna be-
Nico.
They're going to be giving their opinions on the RTX.
This topic sucks. Let's
Ray
talk
tracing.
about the important topics of whether or not you can eat pig's ears.
Well, I mean, of course they can. So, hey,
Technically they're supposed to chew on it, but like not eat them.
Hey, Ian,
Yeah.
what was the dog's yearbook quote?
I don't know. What was it?
Dogs don't go to school.
That wasn't the quote. High school was rough. I love that joke.
It could apply to a lot of things, though. Just like dating
Right.
in your 30s.
Oh, that's impossible is what it is.
Right.
So,
Hmm.
let's go a round table and talk about what everyone's been up to, because I'm going to start off with Ben, because Solange might come and snatch him up before we even find out where's Waldo and where he's been. What have you been up to, Ben?
I'm surprised they haven't made a movie about Where's Waldo.
He had a series for a minute. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he had an anime cartoon, but in the rest of the world he's known as Wally. So it's Where's Wally?
It's like they could do where he's like on the run from the government. They have to find him like with satellites and track him and shit.
You're thinking Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
It's like you got to find him on the live satellite feed.
Right.
Where is he?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Well, I've been working in my office. I had to dig my car out because of the fun snow we had, which is always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh boy, that's too dark.
what are you doing there, Frank?
I turned my email to dark theme, and it just looks like I cut the power off.
Hi, welcome to Frank's Dungeon.
Uncle Touchy's Tickle Palace. You won't wear a shirt and you'll cry.
Hey, let's go up to the captain's office. I want to get sexy with it. No, you don't.
All right, Ben. What have you been up to?
Working in my office. Took some time digging my car out because the snow was up to the doors, which is always a good time.
Oh, you mean you actually dug it out, or you had Pops or someone dig it out for you?
Well, I dug the back out, and then I drove it over the snow drift that it was in.
So, okay.
Mom dug her car out.
This one time, my dad, my brother, and I were at my brother's house.
Is that the time you buried my car? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, hold on, I got to start.
Yes.
His car was buried in the snow, so my dad goes, "Oh, we got to dig his car out for him." So we're out there with shovels and brooms and shit, cleaning up. And I look over, and Ben's fucking gone. And I go in the house, and some bitch is laying on the couch watching television. I said, "You get your ass out here and dig out your car, or we're going to put more fucking snow on it and pour water on it so it freezes."
That's not how it happened. You guys were digging out my mom's car, and then you buried mine by shoveling all the snow onto mine. So, thanks for that, Douchey McDoucherton.
Anyway. So, you've been working in the office, huh, Ben?
when I could get my car out, yeah.
With Dwight and Ryan.
Yeah. I'm going to hang that painting up on the wall. And,
Bobblehead.
Yeah, no. Actually, Steve Carell and somebody else from The Office, they're working on a series for Netflix now, Space Force.
Nice.
Yeah. So, boy.
What's Ian been up to?
Well, he's eating a Valentine's cake.
Is it like a zebra cake?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I mean, they always
Got
like put
layers.
just like colors on, like the fruity color is pink now, so it's romance and shit. And now it's orange, so that's Halloween, and then it's green, so that's fucking Christmas. And I think that's it, really, right? Do they got any other? I mean, with yellow for Easter, I guess. I don't.
Sweetest Day.
That's
and
what are all like the different color like chemicals or whatever? Because I heard like, what is it? Red 5 is supposed to be bad for you or something.
Yellow number 5
is supposed to, that's the one that like got notoriety because apparently Mountain Dew had it, and supposedly it shrinks your wiener.
Yeah, that's what middle school kids told everybody, Frank.
We told each other that, and like if your hand is bigger than your face, you got AIDS. So, speaking of foods and drinks,
oh boy,
I don't have the theme song, so you got to remind me to hum.
Hum the theme song.
I haven't got to me yet. Hold
I
on.
don't give a fuck.
Tell us what you've been up to, Ian. Eating a zebra cake, drinking Mountain Dew.
As I just told Frank today that I'm dog sitting and house sitting for my parents this week. I came here on Wednesday, and then I'm here until like tomorrow night. So it's not too bad. It's just bored out of my mind, man. I don't have a laptop.
Eating all the food on their fridge. Going through all the pay-per-view channels. got the refrigerator door wide open.
Well, I remember you said you didn't have a laptop. Did they not have a computer at all there?
They have some kind of like touch screen all in one computer or whatever, but
like web TV on it.
Yeah,
50 hours of AOL. Great.
Yeah. I mean, it has a touch screen. I hosted a show on it before over here, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. And like the touch things are kind of wonky sometimes on the screen, you know.
Imagine the life of a touchscreen device. All they see is stop poking me.
Right.
But
I saw a video on the internet recently of a little kid playing with a OG Game Boy, and they were tapping the screen, and you're just like, no, stop.
I remember my it was either my ex-girlfriend or somebody in high school. They like were showing. It was right after high school because the touchscreens had just come out because they gave them their phone and they're like tapping on the screen. They're like, no, it's not a touchscreen. Because remember that brief moment where touchscreens still had buttons for people that didn't know to fucking touch the screen to give you options. Because
yeah,
I wouldn't know anything about buttons to touch. Well, then again, this thing was revolutionary in that it had the one button. That was the thing.
And then they took away the button and people were mad. No, when the iPhone first came
out,
the
button back. Put the Google back on my phone.
I had the first iPhone, and people seriously, like I read forum posts where people were like, no, we want an app. We want that T9 texting because we're so good with it. And I'm like, but it sucks. 999T, 9999I.
And then you've got the headphone jack, which is gone. So you got the fun adapter.
Well, I don't know if both of you guys saw. I mean, I was telling Frank about it, but they have this video about I think it's LG did a totally transparent TV now.
Oh yeah.
And they were saying with what?
Go ahead. Is that the one that Linus did the video of, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys see they're bringing the Razr back as a smartphone?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, they brought the Nokia back, so why not?
Because no one cares.
People cared about the Nokia, dude. That phone, you could like drop it from.
It's an Android phone. It's not going to be as good.
Yeah. No one said it was going to be.
Nokia boy said, "I'm buying if it's a piece of shit."
But
Good.
right. But
So
no, the with
TV.
the TV though, it was interesting that they had the camera guy go behind it and you could totally see through the TV on one side, and then the other side it was wherever the black areas you could see through it, and when it was white it was lit up. So
Was that at CES where the most depressing thing there was the smart board?
I don't know. This was just like an exclusive thing. I don't know if it was at CES, but they let Linus and his whole team in there to review it and play games on it and stuff. But he was saying with that kind of the same kind of technology, you could do away with the notch then if you wanted, because you could still have a display where the notch area is, but still have a camera underneath the screen
Right.
because it's able to see through it.
Right. They have like in-screen cameras now, but the trouble is they're expensive and they suck.
Right.
Man, that's what I want. I want a giant screen that's just the entirety of the fucking thing. And I don't want like the notes and shit that they had where the edges were curved. It look cool, but it fucking breaks. So first thing that happens, it falls and it breaks. The corner always gets that. Doesn't matter where they're like, no, put a bumper on it so it doesn't hit the corner. Yeah, you put a bumper on it so that corner that you paid extra for is fucking gone. You don't see it. So.
So, do you got a phone with a notch on it now?
No, I've got the iPhone 8, I think is what I ended up with.
That didn't have a notch in it yet?
Nope, not this one. The notch is for like, I think the 10 and like 10X, whatever that one is. I don't know. I mean, I don't care about getting the iPhone Plus and stuff. It's like, my main objective is to have a phone that'll fit in my pocket and not paying like, a whole grand.
I want a bigger phone, but mine's
Well, we all want bigger things, Frank.
right. Mine's good now. It works. It still works. I still have the Pixel 1.
Replace phone with dick.
Right. I still have the Pixel 1 and the Pixel 3's out now, so I guess I can't complain. It still works. So,
But
you been up to anything else, Ian?
a little bit. I've been working on doing some more modeling and stuff for those models that I'm going to print out for all my LED shit. Like I was reworking one of the, like I was going to do like a variation on one of the LED rings.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to make it for, for like a 4-pin and then the 5-pin for the RGBW. So I was going to do 2 different versions. And I just wanted to get these, like done, and then I put the files on an SD card so I could 3D print them out because I'm gonna like redo my computer soon. So I wanted to get my work done before I didn't have to reinstall everything and then work on my computers and everything. When I'm doing all this shit, I'm not gonna have a computer, so I'm gonna have to. I was going to get another external hard drive. I was going to try to hook up to my new Xbox and try to get that to work. At least they have some kind of movies or shows to watch because, like I told you, I have all my drives are internal.
You can load up some of that Pluto TV. They just got bought. Did you see that, Frank?
Nope. Who they get bought by?
Was it Viacom? I don't know. They got bought for a couple million, something like that. Let me take a look. Let me go look it up and I'll get back to you.
Let me get drunk while I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Let me just load some porn while I listen to this.
Porn.
The internet is for porn.
Internet,
yeah,
and porn is interchangeable. It's the
yeah,
synonym.
yeah. Viacom, they've got them for $340 million.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured you'd be all over Pluto TV since it's got MST3K and what was Mike Nelson's other project after that?
Rift Tracks.
Rift Tracks. I was like, for some reason, I wanted to say Slick Tracks. I was like, that's not right.
That's on Twitch too, so you can watch that.
Well, yeah, but this will be pulled down if it's official.
Well, this is 2. It's always on.
Oh, always on.
I think
Just
it's
like the internet. Did that weird anybody else out when you moved to broadband and the internet is just always on because you're used to like dialing in with AOL and having your messenger and your email and chat rooms all in the same place, and now it's just like, no, your computer's just on the internet now. So load up a browser, third.
It was surprising, but porn. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoa, pop filter. Anyway,
Pop
So what-
filter.
What has the host been up to?
well,
The host with the most.
come on, babes. Mostly just work. Tinkering with my computer, getting everything going. My new NAS is for whatever reason I still can't get the iMac to see the network. And I open networks and there's nothing. I type in the IP address of the server and it gives me my login name, but I type in every password I've used. It goes, oh no, that's wrong. I'm like, I set the fucking password. Why does it not work?
What OS is the Mac running? Because some devices can't see certain networks. They're just that old. Like if I wanted to use that old XP laptop of mine.
Well, it sees SMB. SMB works fine on it.
Oh, Samba.
Yeah, which is what Windows uses natively. So like, I've connected to my other my old before I.
I had to use a separate Samba app though to like wake up the thing on the Mac to let it see the Samba drive, because I tried to do that when I was trying to do that TV thing. Well, you remember, Frank? You're the one that introduced us to it. Pseudo TV live.
Mm-hmm. No, I had to have used to have a second second party app for Samba, and now it it's built into it now because it used to not work. So I've used it before. It's just not fucking working now. I don't know why, because it gave me my login name, like, hey, here's your login name, and that was correct. But when I put in the password, it goes, no. I go, what was it, this one? No.
Well, there are times you have to reset your, you put in the same password 15 times before it goes, okay, now.
And I went, I was looking file sharing, even though I set everything to share, it goes, oh no, you got to approve file sharing in your sharing settings. I'm like, oh, that's probably what I was missing. No, that still didn't fucking do it. So and it's a pain in the dick because the iMac is right there and the server is right there. And the only thing I need the iMac for really is like my old iPod. I can't sync songs onto it from this computer. I'm not going to install iTunes on this fucking thing because I hate that software. And that thing's
there are other devices you can sync with other than just iTunes,
I've tried using FooBar, but FooBar goes, no iPod connected, even though it's fucking connected, and I've installed all the plugins. So I was like, well, I'll just use the iMac. Well, the iMac doesn't see the server, so that's been a project in itself. I'll dick around and get it. I'll get it. I'll get you this time. So
get you next time. Get you.
I've done multiple things, and then I also for anybody who's been following my channel, you might have seen I uploaded a 45-minute clip of me playing Fallout 76.
I did see that, the raw footage.
This is part 2.
Yep.
The first one was 2 hours. This one was 45 minutes, and at 4K ultra settings, it made a 15.5 gigabyte file. And I went to upload it, and it's like, okay, don't shut your computer off. I'm like, oh, this is going to take forever. So I put on the server and let it go till morning, and then uploaded it because I want to shut this thing off and go to bed at some point. But, I let it go. I was like, okay, I'll just leave it running and do it in the morning when I go to work. And then I got up and I realized, oh no, it went to sleep, even though I told it not to go to sleep. So it only uploaded like 20%. I'm like, never mind.
Oh.
And then I forgot that I left part of a song playing at the beginning. So it's like, not available in all countries. So I'm going to have to go in and edit it if anyone gives a shit. I was just making sure that it would record. So, and it did pretty well, actually. But that's pretty much all I've been doing. But
okay.
Also,
so are you keeping your NAS on all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the point. It's air
Sweet.
cooled. This thing, I mean, I'm sure it'd be okay, but I'm nervous to leave a water cooled PC on when I'm not home.
Mm.
So, I mean, I've fallen asleep with the thing on before, which, yeah, whatever. I'm in the same house. It's actually the fans in it. I've heard them ramping up for the next room, and maybe get up and fucking run in here and find out what the hell is going on. Is it? Well, I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 fans in it, and they're all 140 millimeters. So, I mean, it's when I first turned it on, like the very first time, it freaked me out because it was so fucking loud. I'm like, oh shit, is it broke? And then one of the halos was on too tight, so the fan blade was ding 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 ding. I was like, shit. So I shut it off and loosened it up, and it works fine. I also was looking. I was like, okay, if I do that bottom RGB strip isn't syncing exactly because the adapter I got is wired funny. Even though it's made for Fantex, it's apparently only their cases. They don't say that. So I could either just buy a 50/50 strip and attach it to the adapter that came with the motherboard and be done, or I could, like I said, get 3 more fans for the radiator and 3 more halos, and then daisy chain them. Doesn't have to be today. Just goals. One cool thing I was looking at fans for 120s by Fractal. They've got one that's completely white, even the frame. So like that part that sticks over because they'd be the sticker would be showing, so you'd see the frame, you wouldn't see the actual blades, you'd just see the back of the blades. If the whole thing's white, then the RGB would be cast off of it, so it'd look a little better. So that's my thought. But
I'll probably just make my my 3D printed halos black because that's what the color of the Fantex ones are.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could do any other color if you want, but all it does is draw attention to them.
Yeah.
Really, they just look like a frame because they're square.
Well,
I don't give a
when I painted my my fan blades and I took it apart, I only painted the fan blades and I kept the frame black just to give some contrast to it, because my build is kind of like a black and white build.
Right. Well, I mean, like, so is mine. Just the white helps accent the RGB.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't want to go like all white out. I guess that's like too much.
Snowblind and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, mine's mostly black, but then I was like, oh, if I'm putting white, little white accents, then they look good in RGB. But
you were gonna just have everything murdered out, but
murdered out. I mean, hey, to an extent, it can look okay, but then if you're gonna shine shit off of it, it's like having another RGB accessory without having to actually have it RGB. So, so what's everyone drinking on?
By the way, we were talking.
Go ahead.
We're talking about NASA's though. Like, how's your HP thing doing?
A HP thing?
Yeah, didn't you have like an HP like NAS or enclosure or
no,
something?
He's got Synology.
I've got a NAS back at the office. It was one of those Western Digital ones.
Oh, I thought it was a Synology.
Nope, Western Digital. I'm a little grumpy with it because it used to have the Plex server on it, but then they decided, oh, Plex, we're not going to support this one device. I mean, it's not the basic model. It is, a little bit higher up, but the processor on it still is, I don't know.
Yeah, everyone was asking me, well, why'd you put Windows 10 on your server? And I'm like, why don't you just put Linux on? I'm like, because I want to be able to do other things without having to install a virtual machine and bullshit into it.
What's the matter, Frank? You don't like to go at the command line? You don't want to hack the system?
I'm hacking the internet. No.
Write your own kernels?
Yeah. Well, no, like the VNC software I have is cool because I don't have to know the IP address of the fucking machine. I can just launch it, and as long as I'm signed into it, oh look, it works fucking fine. I don't got to search because dynamic IPs fluctuate every fucking time.
Yeah, it's a pain
So,
in the ass.
and
Well,
I
Linux is nice if you're running a headless server, but when
everyone's like,
you
oh, make it static. Well, if you make a static IP, that could give you bullshit too for no reason.
Yeah,
But
plus you got to get, don't you got to get like some kind of like, uh, what do you call it? You got to I thought you had to like contact your ISP and get like some information from them for to do a static IP for your
sometimes
modem.
I've never gotten it to work correctly for me, so I've never actually cared. I'm like, fuck it, I can see it from my phone and go, what's the IP? Okay, then I'll just use that. So plus, if you know the
Right.
range, you only got to change like so many digits out of it.
So, what's you were saying though, Frank? What's everybody drinking on?
Yeah, what's everyone drinking on? Start with the guest, Benjamin.
I'm drinking some tart cherry mixed with kiwi strawberry.
Mm.
Well, like juice?
What?
Is that like juice or whatever? Or?
Yeah, it's a mix because tart cherry itself is poof strong.
You don't take the extract pills? That's what I take.
Nah, why take pills for something I can drink?
Drank. It's a lot of sugar, I think.
You ever try that G Fuel stuff?
No, I don't like drinks that say fuel. They're usually just straight sugar or
I like
nasty.
Game Fuel.
Of course you do.
I've got some in the fridge. So what's Ian drinking?
Well, I got
Want
some
scissor.
scissor up. Yep, got some toilet water.
Oh.
Got some ice.
Ice, baby.
I got a Pepsi, and then this is my if I really need to, I have a regular Mountain Dew. Old basic
When you
bitch.
feel like slumming it, huh?
Yeah, basic bitch.
Basically.
Basically.
Fucking shoe nice.
What are you drinking on?
Well, right now I got a thing of Balls cherry, and then I got some toilet water for when I finish that off because I was gonna get up early in the morning. I figured I might as well not drink, my weight in caffeine.
So you're not
But
gonna go cherry balls deep?
well, it's still 2 bottles, so I mean that's more than enough.
Uh,
I'll be feeling it. I don't need to, but the thing's big enough to hold two, and I have two in the fridge, and they're good. So, but anyway, would you like to do
anyway.
some battle stations, sir?
Yeah, some battle stations or video of the week. It's up to you. You're the host.
Battle stations. Okay,
It's Frank's show now.
right?
Welcome to
You
Frank's
choose.
one-man show on Broadway. How's it going?
He's gonna better watch out. He's gonna mute you like Doug.
That's right.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
Okay, what are we looking at here, Ian?
Are you asking me what my theme was?
Yes. What are we looking at?
Well, my theme was just like I was just kind of going for like a lot of screens and like just a lot of stuff going on in the room,
Man,
I guess.
That's like a copy shop. What?
well, like I like the prints, but you got like Wonder Woman stuffing her bra, Batman brushing his teeth, Catwoman with a lollipop, Superman eating a sandwich, Mario eating pizza for some reason,
It's a me, Mario.
and then somebody smoking. I can't tell who that's supposed to be.
Floyd probably vaping.
But yeah, there's a lot going on here. I don't know why people like these metal racks. I mean, I guess they're cheap, but my fear would be just, even if it's only static, just getting shocked. Because, like I said, where I used to work, we had these monitors, not TV monitors, but like it was the hospital setting. So we had like, pulse ox monitors and shit. that were just hooked up to surge protectors that were sitting on there. And if you grabbed grabbed it by the plug to unplug it, and you caught any of that lead, son of a bitch.
Grabbed it by the pussy plug.
I see they got the RGB mouse pad there. Ben's Yeti.
Yep.
Man, they just got a lot of shit here. This has got to be like more than one person. They're a proud
This is all my
Democrat.
shit I'm ordering. He's like,
Huh?
no, this is all my shit I'm hoarding.
Oh. Am I?
No, he didn't say that. I'm just saying, joking.
Am I echoing, guys? Can you hear me twice?
No?
That was weird. I thought I heard myself.
No.
So this is your first station. Your second station.
It's
Well,
got a horn.
he got rid of a 4.3 monitor. Hey, he's got Calvin and Hobbes as wallpaper. Okay. Asses. Dell.
He's got that there vertical monitor, because sure.
Well, before he had a 4.3 monitor, so he put a vertical in there. That's good. That's good.
Okay, Peanut.
HyperCloud headset. Aorus GPU. Kraken, it looks like, with the Infinity thing.
Release the Kraken.
Right. Cable manager leaves a little bit to be desired if they're, going apeshit. Plus, it's kind of dirty.
I wouldn't complain about the cable management on this one.
I mean, because there's so much going on.
No, because I got another. I picked one that's not that great, but I had to for Frank for the third one.
Is it one of those with like cable spaghetti and everyone's like, no, you put that back right now?
I don't know if I'd call it spaghetti. It's something a whole different beast, man.
Hold on. Did I fuck up?
Yes. Same thing.
Copy. Hold on.
Well, relax. They'll do the shopping.
Come on. Here we go. Oh, yeah, this guy. This guy's got to be like a broker, day trader.
Now look under his desk.
I mean, hey,
Well, like what are those? Is that like ribbons or something? Ribbon cables?
No, they're
surge protectors, all with the cables tied up.
No, they're little powered boxes. I'm thinking they're adapters. I think. They're the transformers. I think we got a transformer. Cause see, you see at the very bottom they've got the power strip, right?
Right.
And then coming from the power strip, they got the cable, which is zip tied together, and then looks like it goes just straight from the cable into the little transformer box, and then the transformer box is the little narrow cable up to the actual monitor, which I didn't know that's how that worked. I always thought it was a bigger wire than that, but that's what it looks like. I don't know.
This dude's like, man, I'm glad I made a best friends with a firefighter.
It's like, oh boy. I mean, first you got a glass desk that just, okay.
That's all that shit's mounted on the wall though, right? The monitors.
No, those are stands with feet. See, they're Vivo.
Oh boy.
What? Zoom enhance, I guess. I forgot it's a dedicated slider on the bottom of my browser. Well, that doesn't help a bit. Maybe if I click it and open a new tab. Here we go. Okay. See where it says Vivo? Hold on. More clear on this side. God damn it. God damn it. See on the right pedestal?
Yeah.
What's
So
the office window say?
On
The
the what?
Office. Yeah. I don't know.
E3 system.
Hi, I'm a system admin.
Right. So now, one thing though, I can't front on this guy because see, it's Cooler Master case. Okay, got looks like 2 GB cards. The keyboard and mouse are both ROG, which is impressive actually. Mousepad's a little meh. But man, yeah, those monitors are like there's 4 on each pole. They make me nervous just looking at them. Man, I mean, okay, so they got all these graphs and charts, and then you got a web browser. It looks oh no, wait, SoundCloud up here on the left, and then what's that? Spotify on the bottom left. Like I said, Sennheiser headphones, FX Audio is their little amp, which is okay, whatever. I mean, it's decent. It's just like I said, you got a glass desk with nicely colored walls, and then just white ass cables behind it.
Yeah. Didn't you say this guy was like some kind of like stock guy? Hopefully his stocks are the only thing that drops.
Oh, I mean, it makes me nervous looking at it, especially the technically those are sitting on the damn table. So, first top comment, that desk stresses me out. And the guy says, "Me too, but I had to make do with what I had on hand. Maybe after I make a bit of money, I'll invest in a nicer desk." Someone's investing in some Velcro ties. Yeah, I know I was in a hurry.
Oh yeah. By the way, Frankie, did your setup get any more likes or anything or comments?
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah,
think
Frank
anyone.
post. Oh come on, man! I'm sure people like it. Would like it.
Nah, people don't give a fuck.
I don't think they're getting to it. Like,
What happened now?
Oh, I posted my setup. No one gives a shit.
show
Yeah.
Ben.
Well, I'm pulling it up because I actually don't have it bookmarked or anything. I gotta go to my messages because
Frank doesn't even care about his own setup.
I don't. Reddit, like
Do as I say, not as I do.
right? No,
What I
they
do, what I
Reddit just
do.
like every time someone comments, they send you a message. Yeah, it only got 14 upvotes. I don't give a fuck.
Well, people we saw.
Yeah, that's true. So, someone said, "How does that not fall over?" The guy says, "Monitor stands are holding 4 each. They're ready to handle up to 30 pounds each." Someone said, a fellow Eve player. I'm afraid I don't play Eve. So, oh boy. Well, I would rate these in order of appearance. So, first one, second, and then third. Because even there's more screens, oh god, it's presentation, man. And I'm sorry, that glass just makes me nervous. I'm still picking up pieces of that little decorative glass. Like, I had a glass orb with a fake plant in it, and that fucker broke months ago, and I'm still finding pieces of it. I can't imagine finding your entire desk piece by piece.
Your foot hasn't found
No,
one.
no, I just run into them. I find them from time to time, just chilling.
Mm, yeah, it's like
Benjamin, go ahead.
I always worry about that. Like, if man, that would suck getting a piece of glass in your foot, man.
It would also suck having this big ass TV fall and land on your foot. That's why I got a wood desk instead of IKEA cardboard. Okay,
What?
Yep.
Benjamin, what is your order here? Which ones do you like?
I agreed with you, by the way.
Oh, well, I was going in the order you guys are on my screen. Benjamin, you, and then me, and I already said mine. So
I'm gonna say, uh, I guess that copy shop one was first, and then and maybe that one. I mean, the thing is with the day trader guy, like, what's his computer setup? Like, I can see he's got a whole bunch of monitors.
There you go. That's
else?
That's it.
Well, unless he's got a whole bunch of computers built into the monitors. Like,
it's saying, is that a real good monitor or computer?
It's like, are there any good computers? Are there speakers? Are there anything other than,
there's nice headphones. That's about it. Doesn't really give specs. Let's see, workstations trading. Yeah, it says workstation for trading stocks as an office. Monitors are LG 24-inch. That's and they're using two GTX 1060s.
Two 1060s are running that?
Yeah. I mean, you could see that they were, gigabyte cards, but I couldn't tell what model because it's so dark. He's dark.
Oh, I guess that's basically like two 4Ks, I guess, because they're probably all just 1080s.
Basically. All right. Would you like to see what I have going on this week, sir? By the way, our winner has 1.7 thousand upvotes, so I think he's doing all right.
Yeah.
He doesn't need our pity. Station. Okay. Now, before I get into what my actual theme is, I found a picture that I wanted to just share with Ian because I figured it reminded me of his desk, but hold on. In case you want to go a different route, but it's a fun desk I made. As you can see, I like lights. As you can see,
yeah,
put the lights around it, so it kind of is that like the infinity thing going on?
Yeah.
Which I'm
That's
like,
pretty cool.
I'm like, there you go, Ian. If you don't mind going blind every time you look down at your fucking desk, you.
Right.
Which you're like, I mean, it's worth it to lose what's left of my sight. I don't.
If it's for RGB.
Yeah, they got their CPU cooler like vertical, which is kind of crazy. I've never seen one. I haven't seen one like that in a while. But I wasn't reading this one. I just saw the desk, and I was like, gotta show it to Ian because it's RGBs.
It's sweet.
And he's got 191 upvotes. Damn, bastard. What? That's not the ones I give a shit about. My theme this week, is pretty much RGB because I like RGB. Ian likes RGB, and it grabs the eye. Even if like you go, man, that's cool, and then you start looking, you're like, well, it's only one actual picture. Actually, that computer's kind of low spec, but it looks so dope in this one shot.
So basically, any computer.
No.
So basically, it's not a thing. Because that's like every computer now.
Well, hold on. Well, what the shit? What the shit?
My theme is computer.
Okay. I don't know why the thing refused to connect, but anyway.
Should have gotten a Mac.
Shh. So yeah, here's the first picture of his. This one actually has multiple pictures too, by the way. Can you see this, Ian?
Yep.
Okay, Benjamin, can you see this?
Nice desktop pad.
I mean, it's a giant mouse pad, but it's like NES controller, so that's pretty dope.
It's an NES controller, but it's black, and then it also says, what's that say in the corner? Rosin casing?
KBS ING. I'm assuming that's the, I don't know.
No, I wasn't talking to you, phone.
Did we do, you showed it to me when we were chatting. I don't know, did you, when we were on the air, did you show that 3D printed case?
I thought we did.
I wasn't sure if we were off air. I thought we were off air. I'm not sure.
I think I did it like how I did just now. I had a like a ringer.
Oh yeah.
This is that Corsair case with the little RGB strip in the middle there. I kind of don't care for
Okay.
the way they did their headphones there because they kind of hung them over the little things on the shelf.
The elf on the shelf. I like the Teddy Ruxpin up there. It's a nice touch.
He's got
Could be
one
on their
leg
monitor.
Yeah, I mean, and then they
Might
got
be
a little
worse.
thing there for one pair. Now, I mean, I can't. Plus, I can't tell what kind they got, so that's what bugs me the most. They got a switch and they got their phone on a quick charger. And like I said, the layout looks kind of dope. I gotta read the comments again. Someone was asking what kind of keyboard that was, and then their actual machine. They got RGB fans. They got the Corsair RGB RAM.
Wow, wow, wow.
Got a
Wow,
2080.
wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
You want to know? Wow, 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 wow.
And then their little Teddy Ruxpin, he's got a little sleeping mask on. I mean, it's pretty dope. I mean, really. Let's see, they got some high finements. Here we go. Here's a better picture of their fucking thing. Hold on. Let me zoom enhance and tell you what kind of headphones they got. That sounds like fun to me.
Bzz, bzz.
So some high finements. Some I don't know what the hell those are. I can't tell. Looks like he pad rolled them too because they got white pads on black. Let me scroll down, you damn.
Let my people go, you damn dirty ape.
I'm not a.
Of course, that's the lowest fucking picture. Blow this one up. Ooh, whoop. Yeah,
That's some violent words, Frank. Blow it up.
I still can't tell what those are. But
that's what he said.
But basically, it's pretty dope setup. Keyboard. Oh, it's an Anades. Oh, that's what kind of keyboard it is. I've seen that.
Oh, who's a whatsies?
Well, that's not the right link. That's not the right link. Oh, that's an ad. Anades. That's the Anades made a computer case that I saw them use on PC Part Picker before. But yeah, it's like chiclet looking keys with the RGB underneath there. I don't know. Mechanical keyboard. Okay. Backlit. Extra thin and light. F-R-A-L-Y. F-R-A-L-Y. Low profile blue switches.
Anades nuts.
I mean, it's got like 3.5 stars.
Wow, it's got some 3.5 golden stars, huh?
Yeah. For $70.
Unless they did their work on their homework.
I mean, it looks pretty dope. So, and then this is my first station, right? Yeah. I forgot because the image didn't open, so that's why I have another tab open. Okay. And then this one called Purple Haze.
Funko Pop.
Grimace would be proud.
So he's got a picture of his dog on his desk, a Nixie clock, Xbox controller, RGB keyboard, RGB mousepad.
Argab.
Yeah.
So, or if you're baller, Argab.
Yeah. Bunch of Funko Pops up there on the shelves. Do you see them, Ben?
Did you hear me?
You said Funko. I assumed you were talking
about
I
said Funko Pop, Frank.
I thought you were talking about the one in the
No, I was talking about the huge collection they got all over everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm observant.
Hey, Frank, did you see they have
Nope.
RGBW CW strips now?
What? What the hell's
Yeah,
that?
it's red, green, blue, uh, white, and cool white. So
Oh,
you have extra control over the temperature of the white.
yeah, because like the regular RGB, you can do white, but it's more of a blue.
Yeah.
And then number 3, the guy says running out of places to stick LEDs.
I'll tell you where you can stick your LEDs.
Benjamin,
Yes.
what the hell is it doing here? Oh, there it goes. I gotta tweak something because sometimes it's like, and then other times it's like, uh,
Benjamin, what's your middle name?
Franklin.
Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin Thompson.
Anyway, this guy's I thought was kind of dope because
Why are you all on the dope tonight, Frank?
I don't know, it's not dope.
All aboard the
He's
dope
on. It sounds like
train.
he's on dope.
Yeah. So
He's doping.
I mean, he's got creative speakers, which are okay, but so Corsair power supply, Fantex case, looks like a Strix GPU. I can't quite tell which one. Let me see if I can zoom enhance.
I like the cooler.
Yeah, Kraken.
I would. Frank's like, you would.
You would. No. The looks like it's a Strix motherboard too, now I look at it. Too bad the RAM's not RGB,
Yeah, that's kind of a cop out, huh?
right? And then I think it's only a GTX Strix, so this is probably a 1080, I'll bet you. I'll have to read the description. I mean, the fans could have been RGB. The damn RAM could have been RGB. It's like, dude, just so much more shit you could have stuck in there. On thing that stuck out to me is that keyboard, right? I'd seen
Right.
somebody do one before where they took a keyboard and then they filed off the color on the black keycap so you could see through. It was clear, so you could see the RGB through it. So someone said, "Oh man, you know what the hell is that?" He said, "Well, I got these it's a Core Master keyboard, and he put these cheap caps from AliExpress. Says, I wouldn't recommend them though. Cheap feeling and some keys are missing, so I have 2 left controls, for example."
I know why Frank likes that one though.
Why?
Because of the color theme he's got going on. We had a whole discussion, Ben, on one of our shows about the whole blue and like pink thing, where it's like '80s colors, you know?
You mean the bi lighting?
Yeah.
Bi curious lighting. So, but yeah, they're black. They're front printed, and then the tops are like white, so the light is slightly diffused when it comes through.
And what is that?
These are some AliExpress keycaps. They're scroll all the way to the top. Come on. I'm sure you could find some better ones somewhere, but I mean, they look pretty dope because it's dope.
I think I still say those Chrome keycaps are dope. At least,
Okay.
at least I like they have the black Chrome ones, which are hard to find now, but they're not as like gaudy looking, I guess, as like the gold or whatever, because it's more of like a black, but it's still like shiny.
Yeah, he's asking about his says RGB
Oh,
mousepad maybe. He says I have the Razer Firefly, but it felt limited, and he's like they make it an RGB and it's the extended one.
oh yeah, I like that shot there. What is that? Is that like his screen or something?
What?
Oh, that's a mouse pad
Yeah, that's
background.
that's Razer. That's the Razer website. because his is just like a plain extended mouse pad. Oh no, that's interesting.
Colors look so good on my phone, man. It's like I'd like to get like an OLED screen. Yeah, that's what
OLED.
phones have. Yeah,
OLED.
they're going down now. You could get one for like a couple grand, I think.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe even under a grand, depending on the size, I guess.
So I will go. I think this is my top one. This is my second. Well, no, this is my second. And this is
Okay,
my
go
third.
through them again for me and Ben
Okay, hold on.
probably.
So we got this guy.
This one,
Yeah, that one. And we got that one.
the Grimace one.
And then we got that one. What do you guys think?
How come it's getting less and less screens and less light as your selections go on? I mean,
true that.
I mean, the first one had the most screens, but it was also up against a door and kind of cramped looking because it's on a little tiny table. And then the second one had less monitors but also had all the Funko Pops. But they both have a lot of stuff precariously hanging around close to this computer.
Well, now that
I would say
this, I think I changed my vote. This might be number one now because it does have a 2080 now.
And which one is that one? That one's the first one?
Yeah. And then this one I think is only a 1080.
So what are we doing? Are we jerking off to these things, or what exactly is the priorities for?
I'd have to say the order they're presented, just like mine.
So you like this one better than this one?
Oh yeah.
I mean, he does have the RGB mouse pad, so I got to give him that.
Like you said, he's got a 2080.
Well, the first guy does.
Yeah.
I think if that first guy could get out of that corner and get more room like the other guys, I think he'd be doing fine. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
First guy has got how many upvotes? Only 28. And the second guy's got 2.6 thousand. Third guy's got 661.
So what guy won?
Well, if you're talking straight up votes, this one.
What did you say, Frank?
Oh, I like this one best.
Yeah.
Ben said the same thing, right?
Did you say the Grimace 1 second?
I said the order they were posted in, so
he agreed with me.
All
right, so well, actually, I like the last one better than this one. This was my third. Anyway, okay. Would you guys like to get into some news articles?
If we have to,
yeah, sure.
We guess.
If we must.
Okay, well, I don't have the sound effect for the typing, so bear with me, guys.
Yeah, do some typing sound effect.
Ding. Ding. Okay.
Check on my doggy.
Aw, puppy. Okay. So. Happy. All right, so this first story from Ian's pile of stuff.
Hello, I'm a dog. Everybody loves me because I'm a dog.
Right? Atomic dog. Wow, wow.
It's okay. I'm not really a dog either. I'm just another little boy having a dream.
People are mad that Google Chrome may kill ad blockers.
Yeah, this is the one I was surprised that you didn't have in here.
Well, that I don't care that people are mad. Why
he was mad. Everybody was mad. On top of that, he was about ready to kick your ass.
Sorry, I gotta adjust my cushion. My butt be hurting.
But not just like I was kind of surprised that I That was like last minute article that I put in there because I saw Linus did that on the WAN show. So
Oh.
basically, the Chrome is going to be getting rid of ad blockers.
Nice selfie stick, Ian.
Yeah, it was jerry rigged. I was going to use one that like a nicer one that I made from my place, but I forgot it, and I didn't want to have to hold out my arm like this the whole time. So
I saw somebody
it
gave
works.
me a selfie stick, like an actual selfie stick, and it fucking works. I was like, "What? Okay."
Hey, you don't have to use them as like a selfie if you don't want to. You could turn them around.
Turn around, selfie stick. So, did you read the article, sir?
Not
really. I mean,
no, a lot of these, no, I didn't read them. A couple I did. We just could discuss the title,
Oh, so Chrome is getting rid of ad blockers.
Oh, that's what the title suggests. Yes. I know we might want to read in depth a little bit about it because I'm not really sure why they're doing that, but I guess it's not like set in stone yet. It's said that they've got like a proposal to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm adjusting my pop filter while I talk to you, so I'm kind of
like, what the heck is going on?
My pop filter came loose, and I'm like trying to figure out why the hell it was.
I was watching a YouTube video the other day. A guy had a lavalier mic, and he also had a necklace. So the entire show is just rattling around. I'm like, someone bouncing something on the desk? What the? Oh
yeah. By the way, before we get into the news, Frank, do the video of the week real quick.
Video of the week?
Yeah, our video. We're doing a new segment. Then just like something real quick where we like to share something that we found interesting, like on YouTube or whatever. Me, it was last week where I talked about this video about this that Linus guy did a video on how to dark mode like all your like your apps, your browsers, and
your life,
your OS and everything. Yeah, black. Well, that's what it's called, dark mode your life.
I'm letting
crawling in your skin.
That's crazy, man. I feel bad for that Linkin Park guy, but it's like,
well, yeah,
you could definitely tell even like 10, 15 years ago, like a lot of that music was like dark and like whiny and stuff,
Now it makes sense, huh?
Yeah, because it's like you just tell by the title of the song, like numb, crawling, and all that stuff,
Well, I mean, you got all kinds of artists like that. Cut my life into pieces.
This is my plastic spork.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm just going through Reddit, hitting this random button on my bookmarks bar, and guess what I just landed on?
What'd you just land on?
Retro battle stations.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. Almost got it. All right.
Hopefully this sticks. Okay. Whoop. Shit.
Fun times. Pay no attention to the great and mighty powerful Oz behind the screen.
Right.
Well, like the stupid clamp on my
Maybe mute your microphone until you get that sorted out, Frankie.
There's no mute. There's just off and on, Ben.
Well, turn it off then, numbnuts.
I mean, there's a way to do it. I'm afraid if I do, it won't be able to come back on. And if I'm hosting the show, that's kind of terrible.
Here, I thought you had this awesome computer and you can't turn out how to mute your microphone.
Okay, Ben, you know how Hangouts is kind of janky as fuck? if I turn it off, there you go, sign. If I turn it off and then I turn it back on and the shit don't work, I'll just leave. I'm not coming back. So
Why don't you just turn it off in the computer settings?
cause it might not come back on, motherfucker. Did I stutter?
Oh, I'm gonna tell Mom you said something naughty.
Go ahead. Tell her I said that shit. Fuck it, I'm gonna leave the pop filter on. My peas are gonna pop. Anyway. So where were we? Go ahead.
Where were we? We were about to just watch fish swim for the whole episode. How's that sound?
Sounds terrible.
But no, I was gonna ask if you wanted me to just sort of, while you're doing that, talk about my video, which is basically Linus did a video on like making like a really clean like desk setup with like your laptop like in the desk or whatever, and then he's got like some kind of like Thunderbolt hub or whatever hooked up, so like you could have all your mouse and keyboard and headphones and stuff going through it. And then he's also has like a wireless charging thing underneath his desk. It's pretty cool. Did you watch it, Frank?
Yeah,
I guess then.
I watched it right before I actually asked you if that was going to be your video, because Ian said, "I wish I had a laptop," and I'm like, "Oh, is your video going to be about how Linus made a desk with a hidden?" Because it's not just they made charging docks for laptops forever. He just put an eGPU inside of the desk somewhere.
Yeah. What do you think about those eGPUs? Because can Ben get one if he wanted?
I mean, what, for his
For
laptop?
Well, no, for like Macs and stuff. I thought you could even get those for.
Yeah, I mean, everything has to have like Thunderbolt shit, doesn't it?
Right. I guess.
He said, "I guess."
Like I said, I don't know too much about the eGPUs. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about them. I mean, I guess the performance is okay on them, but obviously it's going to be a lot faster. Like the data, like the data flow and stuff than like USB, right?
Oh.
They even said with like having risers for like doing vertical cards. They didn't Linus do a video on that. Like, how does it like go slower having like a really long riser cable?
Oh yeah. I mean, it would make sense. Benjamin, what do you think about eGPUs?
What?
Since you were the topic of discussion.
You mind translating that from nerd to human for me so I can know what you guys are talking about?
Nerd.
What now? With the what? Because I know what Ian was talking about with the dark screen mode, but what exactly are you talking about now?
I think
Franklin?
hello?
Did my shit just freeze?
You guys have been stuttering around. I've had trouble following you.
Oh.
So.
I can hear him now.
Yeah. So, what exactly are you guys...
An GPU is just basically like a graphics card, like an external graphics card.
Yeah, in a box that plugs into your computer instead of the dedicated, instead of your integrated.
Uh-huh.
To give it better graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw him do a video on that when he was like gaming on a laptop with a external thing. It's like, well, then you just basically got a whole other system.
Well, no, because it's still the same system. You just have a external graphics instead of plugging it into your laptop.
Aren't they kind of expensive too, or something like that? And also,
they're about the same as a regular one.
Also, realistically, if you're going for a laptop, it's because you need it to be portable. Otherwise, have a dedicated gaming machine. So,
Well, the thing is, it's portable, but then you put your uh, eGPU where you would dock it, like like you have your little laptop for walking around out and tooling about, and then you can game at a designated desk somewhere else.
Yeah. And a
is that
lot of
like
these
that?
things are.
Is that like that one gaming system that was like you'd log in and they'd have a game computer somewhere else and you just be playing that?
Well, I mean, the hardware, like you'll actually have it. Your computer will see the graphics card as though it's its own. So, I mean, you're not like doing it over a network, like uh, on the cloud or whatever. Like in this instance, he said you could even put a hard drive connected up so that it has all your games loaded on it, and it's not recognized by your computer until you plug it in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, at that point, you're just basically getting the bottleneck of a laptop processor and the RAM on it. Because I mean, at that point, you're just basically taking the insides of the computer and just spreading them out.
Well, you take the thing is you're supposed to take a high spec laptop with like a i7 and a lot of RAM and fast internal SSD drives, but it's lacking a GPU. Well, you buy a GPU in a box and plug it in.
Yeah, it's basically like an external hard drive. I mean, you probably put it on top of your external hard drive.
So,
I mean, again, that just comes back to the question of so you got to have an expensive laptop, and then you got to try and beef it out more. It's like at that point, just get a desktop.
well, then you're spending $1,000 more versus you've already spent $1,000 on a laptop. You spend only $500 on a GPU because you can't put a regular GPU in a laptop, but you could plug this thing in.
Well, I mean, I think I understand what like he means, but I mean, a lot of these people don't buy it with their laptop. A lot of people, it's just like a way if like you've had a laptop for like a few years or whatever to put some more life in it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, wouldn't you kind of agree, Frank? It's something that it's an upgrade, basically.
Upgrade. I mean, if you already like were thinking about being able to game, with a little shitty, you know, uh, crappy, thing and play Fortnite, but you already have a nice little laptop like a MacBook is nice enough to a point. So I can see being, if you like dual booting Windows on it, uh, if you got a Razer, like Linus had a Razer laptop, and that's like you could have got one that was really made for gaming anyway. So I'm kind of torn on it. I mean, I'm all about wanting to do better than you're doing, but like
But wouldn't that go great with that Razer triple monitor thing?
that laptop. I
Yeah.
mean, the whole point here is you could plug it into a actual monitor and get instead of squinting at a little laptop screen. I mean, if laptops are your thing, knock yourself out, man. But I'm I can't. I've had one and I can't see myself using it out and about. A tablet I barely use. I want to actually sit down at a computer and go nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's like I was saying, Frank, I should get a laptop so I could try to sneak it in the battle stations.
Yeah, and then that's a rule that's got to be a full desktop station.
Yep.
Some asshole might report you and then get you flagged.
Right.
So
Yeah, because people a lot of times hide their laptop under their desk, and then they got like 3 monitors going to the laptop.
and I'm the guy that goes, "Hey, where's the tower? Oh, it's in there. I don't see the tower. Where's the tower? Oh, well, it's not nothing you want to see. Well, it'll get taken down if you don't show a picture of it. Where's it at? You really don't want to. No, I just report them because I don't want to. As soon as you start commenting, people downvote you unless it's obvious that the guy's a dickhead.
Frank's like the Paul Blart of Reddit, where he's like, he really wants to be like a Reddit moderator.
If I could and actually get money for it, it'd be nice. But which
You gotta get money for it.
I mean, yeah, because I'm on there all the time.
You could pay to be a mod on there.
I don't know. I mean, technically, you work for Reddit. I don't know.
Oh, well, when shouldn't Reddit pay you?
That's what I meant. I didn't say you pay. I get paid.
Oh, I
Get
thought
paid.
you were meaning like you had to pay that.
No.
Disrespect women, gain currency.
Disregard females, acquire currency.
Okay, that's it.
I always thought like moderators usually that was like volunteer work.
It's usually people who are like in tight with it, or they're in the community so much they're like, "Fuck it, you might as well just be a mod."
Yeah, Banhammer.
Would you like to see my story of the week or video of the week?
Sure.
All right, hold on.
You
Fucking
didn't
man.
do the same one.
No,
Okay, I was kind of. I thought maybe that's why you brought it up too.
no. I
You're
just
like, damn it.
I can read the fine print. So, Gamers Nexus. Hold on. Oh, they only did up to 1080. Okay, that's nice of them. So,
He needs to turn that RTX on him.
so basically, I saw the title.
Basically,
And like the whole Walmart PC thing has been played out to death. But then they said, "Well, I buy power versus Walmart." So right there, I was like, "Well, it's a combo really of like Linus did that whole thing about IS, how like system, manufacturers will rip you off and then they don't know what they're doing and quality control sucks and then they don't do aftercare for a customer, et cetera, et cetera." And it was good that they did that because now companies have gone back and changed policies to make things better. Walmart's just starting and they already suck. But this video I thought was interesting because not only did they rehash, like I figured it was going to be flogging a dead horse, rehashing the same crap, but they actually point out some reasons why, there's stuff wrong that you wouldn't quite get if you, like, you order a computer. First off, everyone's said before that you might not get what you pay for. Like they ordered a, 1080 and they got, what was it, the
1070.
yeah, the like their $2,000 system actually only costs about $1,000 because they sent them the wrong shit. Well, if you don't know what you're doing, you just go, "Oh man, cool! I got my new computer." And then second, they ran a similarly spec'd test bed, side by side with the custom. Nice, give me kisses. Oh, they got an iBuyPower setup, and then they've got a similarly built system. And if you notice, the actual numbers are quite low in comparison. They shouldn't be that different. Well, this is why I found this video interesting, is because not only are the numbers different, it's because like the RAM for one was the BIOS it ships with is the first revision BIOS. It has not been updated. People aren't going to fucking update the BIOS. They're just going to turn it on because they don't know what they're doing because someone else made a computer for them. So the BIOS isn't updated, as well as the RAM is not. The XMP profile is not set up. So your 3200 speed RAM is only running at 2800.
Yeah, yeah. He says you gotta go in the settings to be able to change that, right?
Yeah, you gotta go into the BIOS and change your XMP. I had to do it on mine. It doesn't take long at all, but I built my computer. I actually kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah, didn't you say it was like defaulted to 2133 or whatever?
Something like that. It defaults to a lower speed. Even like the one review I read, the guy's like, "Oh, after updating the BIOS, it went to the set, the factory speed." I'm like, "No, it doesn't. I mean, well, maybe with a different motherboard, but mine, I had to go in and tell it to XMP, up to 3200." Now, also, he says that the first revision of the BIOS actually downclocks the CPU. So not only is the RAM running slower, the CPU is running slower, and
Hmm.
that's because it's just at the excuse me, it's at the lower specs. It's just take it out of the box, plug it in, and the thing is, somebody tested it and didn't think, "Oh yeah, I better update the BIOS for them." They didn't give a shit. So And I thought that was interesting because, people, if you buy a computer, go, man, look, I got this cool gaming computer, and they're just going to, turn it on and try to play. That's all they're going to do. They're going to think it's like an Xbox. And they're not giving, like he said, most people who order this won't even know what the hell a BIOS is. And, the only couple things that you would change, like the coolers, just whatever, it's basically an NCXT chassis because they're in the same warehouse and they just, move it from one warehouse to another.
What, the Walmart PC?
No, the iBuyPower.
Oh yeah, yes. Spoiler alert: the iBuyPower won.
I mean, yes, but just barely. Basically, I mean,
Well,
they're
I mean, he said it won by a lot more than just a little bit because I mean, like they really the Walmart was cutting all kinds of corners, like the cables, the power supply, like the glue and everything on the headers. I
well,
mean,
like the iBuyPower used to use glue. He said on the USB 3 headers.
yeah.
So it's just, you're gonna. It's
Oh, the weird thing too was the Walmart they did like the 8700 where it's like not even a K version where you couldn't
yeah,
overclock it at all. It's
right.
like I didn't even know you could get that.
And then the RAM was one stick, so you don't even get dual channel.
Yeah, that was another. There was a lot. I mean, granted, the I don't know if I would go with like I would recommend an iBuyPower just for the fact of the real shitty customer service because
Right.
from what I've heard, people complain and like they basically kind of like screw them. They won't help them out or anything.
If you're too lazy to build your own, but you know how to fix it if they fuck something up, sure. But I mean, it's decent. I mean, they're just pointing out the things that you might not think of to look for, and you know, I thought it was eye opening to me that oh, it's shipped with older BIOS, and the RAM's not set right, and the CPU's uh slowed down, but that's even after someone turned it on and said okay, it's good. So that was
Well,
you know
guess you shouldn't be surprised. The Walmart brand is like a Walmart brand.
yeah. But anyway, we're boring, Ben. Wake up.
Huh? What? What?
I'm
Bored,
still here.
bored, bored.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
like
was watching porn while I was listening to you.
now, did you hear about the Walmart computer? Uh, all that crap going on with those?
No, but I mean, you buy a computer from Walmart, be surprised. I mean, when you buy a computer
Right.
from a place that's electronics store and you already have issues, it's like, what do you expect when you get something from
AMD
Yeah,
converting parts of EPIC to X570 chipset, dropping AS Media.
as media.
I was just spelling out because I had no idea what the hell that was. Explain this to the layman, Ian.
Um, well, basically, I didn't read the
Basic bitch.
article.
Oh,
uh, no, it's. I guess they're gonna be using, uh, it's like they're gonna repurpose some shit from the Epic processors, which is their workstation processors, I guess, right?
they're server grade, yeah.
Yeah, the
Technically,
server grade. That's what I meant.
Predator is technically their workstation because that's what the WX stands for.
Yeah. Um,
But
I watched the video, Steve's video, but only briefly before I was like I had to get some other articles in.
well,
I don't have time to
basically,
watch this whole fucking video.
right. So they're saying that they're taking parts from their server grade chips and using them in their consumer grade, which can't be anything but good.
Oh right. Well, that's isn't that what basically AMD does? Is like you get the whole shebang. It's just certain parts are locked down or they're a dummy part.
Well, see, okay. Then this ties into an article I have. Do you mind me piggybacking here, sir?
No, that's fine.
Okay, hold on. You still there, Benjamin?
I guess.
If this is living.
Yeah, there's what's going on with Solange because there's uh no turning back once you get into this nerdness, I guess, of
Well,
nerd articles. It's up to
Dirt,
you if you
dirt,
want to
dirt.
stick by.
I'm here for the minute.
You're here for the duration.
Well, I did put a couple Apple stories in there.
Apple. So there's been a lawsuit against AMD, and a judge has decided to allow this lawsuit to continue. It's way back from when they were doing the FX processors.
Oh yeah, I did see that in your articles. Yeah, but
The,
I don't know
the
much about that. But explain it to us, please.
Okay. The FX series of CPUs, according to the lawsuit, was filed in 2015. The shared cores utilized by the FX processor line's bulldozer modules shouldn't have been counted individually.
Hmm.
Um, He said, we explored the bulldozer concept when we reviewed the FX 8150 back in 2011. AMD had previously taken a bit of holier than thou approach to counting cores because it believed Intel's hyperthreading, which offers 2 logic processors for each physical core, was disingenuous. But then AMD developed the bulldozer module to share instruction fetch and decode stages of loading point units and the L2 cache between 2 cores and changed the tune.
Well, for those that don't know, give us the lowdown, Frank. Was the uh was the FX processors were they basically all like threads? So like if you get an A core, it was basically a 4 core with 8 threads.
um Trying to find a way to summarize it here. Basically, there are shared threads in the module, and it's not counted quite the same. So,
But isn't that what the FX processors were competing with? Was basically 4 cores at the time. You know, like because I think
they,
like an 8350 was compared to like a 2600K or 33,000 something.
well, the whole thing of hyperthreading is you have 4 physical threads, but then you have double that with the hyperthreading.
Yeah.
So AMD thought that was like I said disingenuous, like, oh, they're making that up. But then when they did Bulldozer, they're like, oh, it's got 8 cores, kind of. I mean, the thing is, this, lawsuit from like people are reporting this like it's brand new. They're like, this, our the lawsuit was filed in 2015 and it's January 2019, and they're still trying to get the chips that like this is the chips that I bought that before my Threadripper. This was when before Ryzen came out. So I think now they can stand to lose a couple bucks, but
Yeah, if Frank would have waited a little bit, you probably would have gotten like like a Ryzen.
I wanted to play Fallout before all the leaks got on YouTube. I didn't want to see, you know, playthroughs. I wanted to play it. So
Did you end up even playing?
yeah, I played over 200 hours of Fallout.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention when if you were talking about it.
So your counter to IC graphite thermal pads, thermal grizzly carbonite.
Yeah, this was pretty interesting because, as you know, I had bought some IC graphite. They're thermal pads, which are
Uh-huh.
basically
Right.
they're uh, they're an alternative to using thermal paste. So, like, if you're a person that's new building computers, you're kind of
Noob.
new and iffy about messing with paste and being like that. What's that one video where the guy's like, and it goes all over the motherboard? Uh,
Yeah.
it's basically a like a carbon nanotube or whatever, graphite pad,
Mm-hmm.
um, and which is more. it's more of like a rigid type of pad. Whether this guy,
Hello.
Hola.
Hola,
Hola.
¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
Konnichiwa.
Sí.
Pamplemousse.
no,
Dankeschön.
Inge Vasilievna.
Pomme de terre.
What's up, everybody? You know my girlfriend, the lovely Solange. Calling in from
Hello.
Canada land.
Wow. Canada. Remember back when that would have been counted as long distance and you would have had to pay extra?
Yep.
Headed
Still-
out 10, 10, 220.
I'd just like to point out that my Canadian girlfriend is here, and that's not a bit.
yeah, she's real.
No, that's just a sweater on the chair. No, I swear she's in the bathroom.
Frank, I've told you to fuck off in person.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that was the best night at Olive Garden in a while.
That's a rowdy sweater you got there, Ben.
What? Oh. For a second, I was like, I'm not wearing a sweater. Oh, you're talking about my girlfriend that tells you to fuck off. She tells. Oh, Ian's dog sitting, so you want to see his puppers before we leave?
Just a second.
Aww.
Oh.
Oh, she's
Give her a
cute.
Yeah, her name is Zoe. She likes to give kisses
Aw.
like a lot. She's very neat. She's a very needy dog.
That's okay.
My
She's a
cat
sweet
was
dog.
very needy tonight. I was trying to take a nap, and she kept jumping on me to try and wake me up. And then I shut the door, and then she just started jumping at the door and meowing.
Oh.
And then when I opened the door, she hopped on the bed and curled up by the pillow. I'm like, hey, wasn't about me at all.
It never is.
Okay, so we got Zoe and who's
Okay,
the other
I'll
one?
get Nico. How's your dog doing, by the way, Frank?
Oh, he's okay. He's just chilling with my wife right now. When I do the show, it's their cuddle night.
Oh,
Aw. Yeah, this is Nico here. He's a German Shepherd.
Oh, he's
Aw.
cute.
Mm.
Sweet
good
boy.
old big boy.
He's a lot more lazy.
Yeah.
He's a lazy dog, and Zoe's trying to get all the attention.
Ah,
She's like a diva.
because she's a girl.
Yep.
He's like, I've
You're
said
the
hi. Now
star.
I'm taking a nap. Oh, look at that face.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of dog do you have, Frank? Did you say?
A giant schnauzer.
Oh, and we got fish. Fishies.
I was
There
going
we
to say,
go.
that looks like an old TV set. One of those projection big screens.
Oh, what, the fish tank?
Yeah. Like when you start walking
All
towards
those
it.
backdrops. Remember those, Frank? Solange has fishies. She got them for a turtle, and then you didn't eat them.
Yeah. So you turn them into friends, so now they're really big. I think they're probably too big for him to eat now. I don't think that. Well, he obviously won't go after them because they're huge.
Which is funny because you got another fish afterwards, and he ate that sucker right up.
Yep. Yeah, I might have to just end up selling these ones or giving them away because if they grow too big for the tank, they'll have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Is it date night for you guys?
It is.
Date.
What are y'all doing for date night?
I know what Ben's
Whatever we
doing, but I don't know what
want.
I'm
You
doing.
guys are gonna fuck, aren't you?
Fuckers.
Maybe later.
Maybe.
Oh man. Okay.
I
My
Well,
brother's
guys,
gonna
have-
come off.
Have a
My
good
brother's
evening.
coming
Wasn't
off saying
really
he's
asking.
annoying me. That's all I know.
Hey, Ian, what time is it?
10-2, 10-2, your own damn business.
Well, I was just going to say, he's got
11:36
that
if
big
you're
ass
really
clock on
asking.
the wall. I figured he'd.
Oh, yeah.
It's family time.
It's
By
half
the way,
past
this-
monkey's ass and a quarter to his balls.
I'm sure Frank would care, but this is theirs is a 4K. This is like a 70 something.
Oh yeah.
Inch. Yeah. They
How
had
many
a-
things do they have they can actually watch on it yet? Like,
Oh, I don't
Is
even know
cable-
if they've even watched any 4K shit on there yet.
is cable even 4K yet, or
No, I think you do some Netflix shit on there, 4K.
Ooh. Yeah, and bog down your entire network.
Yep, be like Doug trying to do the show too. Right.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Well,
Well,
you two have a lovely evening.
You too.
Tutu?
Enjoy your date.
No.
Toodles.
bye guys. I love my
Adios.
girlfriend. Bye Zoe.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, Zoe.
The happy waggy tail. Bye bye. Thanks for having me on, guys. See you.
All right.
See you
Sure,
next
thanks for
time.
coming on. Yeah,
Have a
come.
good one.
Don't be a stranger.
Well, I'm sure I'll come on. And you go, who dis?
New phone. Who dis?
this?
All right. Have a good
All right.
one, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, you
You
too.
too.
Later.
Later.
All right,
Okay,
go
Zoe,
on,
tell
stop,
us.
bud.
Right. Yeah, Zoe's like, that motherfucker. Tell us what our next
So these
news
graphite
article is,
pads.
Zoe.
No, you didn't tell us. So there's a cryonaut version of the graphite pads. Basically, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, this D8 hour, which is supposed to be devour, right? When he's trying
Okay.
to, isn't that what it is? D8 hour.
Durate.
The rate.
Durators. Durate. Hour. I don't know, but but is that basically the gist of the story?
Right. Well, he's
They're all
making
about
his
the
own.
thermal grizzly.
Yeah. Well, he does. I guess they do their own. Doesn't he do like what is it, the metal thermal
Yeah,
paste or
liquid metal.
whatever? Yeah, the liquid metal. And now he came out with it's more of like a fabric type of material, it looks like, but it's like a carbon nanotube graphene type of material that you could cut into sections. And well, they had a sample where it was like, basically it looked like a microfiber cloth, but the ones that you'll probably be getting when you buy them is going to be cut into the sections that are, like for certain sizes, like
Right.
30 millimeter, 40 millimeters squared, where it's, like for the bigger, like Ryzen and shit. And he said it was more competitive and more of an upgrade compared to the IC graphite. So it's something I might look into. He's expecting to start selling in like February, I think. So
I'd have to get like 2 of them for my damn chip.
well, no, he's going to be making one specifically for Threadripper. So yeah,
I think in
it'll
the
be.
stream when Linus built 3 machines and they were Threadripper for 2 of them, he's like,
Go
"Oh,
out. Go ahead. I'm just going to let him out. Keep talking.
I was saying when they did a late night stream where they built like 3 systems and 2 of them were Threadripper. Linus is like, "Oh, I'd have the thermal pads," and yeah, that won't work.
Right. But no, you said it's going to be an upgrade where,
Upgrade.
he said it's not really like, it's not as, like thermally conductive as like his metal, liquid metal, but, it's basically pretty comparable to like, like regular thermal paste and stuff. So I'd like to try it out, I'll have to give you guys, if I decide to get it all, I have to give you guys like a review of it, I guess,
Right.
because
Go ahead.
I have a 30 millimeter that I put in my FX build, and I have a 40 millimeter, which I figured I'd put that in my Ryzen, but the 30 millimeter is a little bit small even for the FX processor. So I might put the 40 millimeter on the FX, and then on my Ryzen, I might try this Thermal Grizzly. So, but yeah,
I thought about doing the conducting out or whatever, but like one of them, they said that when you use it, like it can actually pit your heat spreader. So I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know which one of these is. I'm looking at my hardware monitor because I was wanting to check my temps, and it was saying about my like it shows my drives, and I forgot one of them's only like SATA 3 instead of SATA 6.
Oh yeah.
I think it's my hmm. I think it's my drive I have my Linux on.
Right. But in general, this is the Bauer guy. He's way beyond like Steve and stuff doing. He does all the delidding and lapping and stuff, and he's doing all of his own custom shit now, I guess, huh? He does his own thermal paste and stuff. I I wonder if he work with like some kind of chemistry labs or something, or
They do damn. Oh, that's probably my external drive here, because that's a terabyte and a half,
Hmm.
which is really weird. But I got this external drive I have on here for like $20 on eBay because the guy thought it was broken, and I was like, I'll bet it's just the power adapter. Yeah, it was just the fucking power adapter.
Yep.
300 gigabyte. That's or sorry, 3,000 gigabyte. That's still 3 terabyte.
Right.
1,500 gigabyte. That's a terabyte and a half. I don't fucking know. Demonetized.
By the way, for those of you that don't live in Ohio, this is the shit that we deal with here.
Snow. Oh, they don't have a fence?
No, they got an invisible fence.
Oh, okay. My
They got the
in-laws
collars.
have one of those.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. No, it's cold as fuck out. My parents went over. They drove down to Minnesota to do ice fishing down there because there's a lot more ice, and
Ice.
it was like negative 19 there.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I think it's supposed to go down to like 1 degree or something.
I think my RAM went back down to a slower speed. Hold on.
What?
Because it shows
Say
memory
what?
modules, size 8 gig, and then now it's clocked at 1600. That can't clock 1600 megahertz. That can't be right. One of my sticks apparently got loose, by the way.
What?
Yeah, like I don't know how it happened. I think I took when I took the one of the hard drives out and put the size back on. I look and like somewhere it said that I was only had 24 gigs of RAM installed, and I was like, I have 32. And I look over, and literally one of the sticks is like not lighting up all the way. It's like dimmer than the others. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I take the side panel off, and I stick my hand in and go and just click the fucking RAM into place. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So it came loose and popped out, but it was still in the board. It was just chilling. I've read before some people said that because it's technically an overclock. When you change the XMP, it technically overclocks the RAM, even though that's the rated speed.
Yeah, where you put
And
in like
sometimes
your profile and the timings, right?
Yeah, it sometimes doesn't stick. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna have to check it out tonight. Yay!
That's
I just don't know why. I can do 3200 memory module maximum clock. It says 1600. So that's something that I got to worry about. I'm in quad channel, which is cool, but
1600.
1600 megahertz. That's weird.
Motherfucker.
Oh well, I'll mess with it when I get off the show. Excuse me. The joys of owning a computer. There was like, yeah, you could just, buy an Xbox and just game. Yeah. But then you're gaming on an Xbox.
Yeah, then you could vape.
See, now it says
Play Xbox.
Now, okay, module size 1600 megahertz. It shows as DR4 3200, but why is it not running at that speed? It's fucking weird. I'll have to look it up in the BIOS. Close this out while Hars. Stop worrying about it.
By the way, Frank, have you ever had these before? I've tried one of these, but they're donuts with Fruit Loops on it.
Oh no! Where'd you get those, Giant Eagle?
Yep.
We got a few Giant Eagles, but none close to me. Like I have, like where I work, they have got them, but none like right there. At Dunkin' Donuts, they had donuts with Pop Rocks on them.
Oh, I think I've seen those before. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think I've tried them yet.
Okay, let's go to your next story here, sir. So we're not rambling off topic all night. Because I told you I got to get up early.
You're not gonna get over early.
Shut up. Adobe buys 3D textures and materials specialist. What? Algorithmic? I don't know.
Algorithmic.
Okay. So they're saying they're gonna have more shit. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's basically they're gonna be buying the suite of like Substance Painter and Substance Designer, which is basically like high quality industry standard texturing and material editor.
So upgrade.
Yeah, so like you could make some ball and texture packs and stuff if you wanted, you know.
Yeah, I'm not using Adobe though. That's subscription based now. Fuck them. Okay.
Well, they weren't before, and now they are, I guess so.
Right.
Don't you just love when companies buy shit and then either fuck with it, make it all subscription, or just like kill it off? You know.
Google is starting to kill Google News in Europe if the EU goes ahead with its snippet tax.
Oh, before you get into that, did you have any opinions on that Chrome thing with the going to be doing away with the ad blocker?
No. I don't give a shit.
Didn't you use ad blocker?
No.
Because
I've had to reinstall my operating system so many damn times. I don't. I've had it, and then I like realized that you got to actually go in and I thought you could like just shut it off on the fly. But the software I was using, you couldn't. And actually, you know, aside from the annoying ads you get, like if I'm watching on my TV, ads I get are actually like I saw trailers for a couple of movies I wouldn't have seen otherwise. Like I haven't seen TV commercials for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like seeing good stuff in ads. It's just, you know, like on YouTube, the ads, like, it's just crap, you know?
Well, like, you know, on like a website you go to and you get a pop up at the bottom with an unskippable thing, and yeah, horseshit.
Yeah, that's the thing is, you know, if you really want to get our money, you know, put something that we're interested in, you know?
Yeah, they're not going to do that. So, what's the snippet tax, dog?
Well, I don't know too much about it. It has to do with all that Article 13 shit or whatever. You know, the news, the copyright with news linking and all that shit. I don't know too much about it. You can read though.
Nah.
You can, well, not you specifically. You're not gonna read that shit, but we encourage people to read though, right?
Right. Not a link tax. It's a non-press snippet tax. Summarize. I just looked up snippet tax instead of trying to find it in the article. I figured it'd be an actual. That's right. Whenever they reference something, or in simpler terms, Google should pay the press.
Yep.
Use of protected content by online. So basically, if you're using online, if you're using somebody's, which is considered, was it fair use? If you report on it and you use somebody else's IP, which should be fair practices, they want you to pay. I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
Oh, this protection does not extend to acts of hyperlinking. So,
well, because I thought there was a whole thing where they wanted to do, because the article was like revised a lot of times, I believe, and they went back and forth on a bunch of shit. And one of the things, you know how when you like link a news article or some kind of feed or something where it'll put like a lot of the article inside of like the preview of the link.
mm-hmm.
You know how like when I send you a link on Hangouts, it'll show you a preview of the video.
I
I
think
think
it's also trying to get like if a YouTube user posts something, then the Google will have to pay, which that's a great fucking
yeah.
idea. That's already hard to police. Yeah. For more information, go ahead and read this article. There's too much here to try to surmise. Look at this.
Yeah, I saw this guy was saying the first advice for if you're going to be a new YouTuber is don't.
Right. Because you got to have, well, like even a guy that I follow who's had like he posted his in a chat thing. He showed me his algorithm, and like, well, they're like, what happened in that month? He's like, oh, that's when the new rules actually hit me, and you got to have like so many thousand subscribers or nobody sees your shit.
Yeah, I watched that one guy's. You ever watch that Game Theorist channel?
No.
Have you heard of him?
Nope.
That's basically where it's kind of like MythBusters for video games.
Ah.
Yeah, where he puts a lot of scientific and math calculations into like how fast was Sonic actually running in the game, you know? And basically, he had a whole video on like MCNs. I don't know if you know what those are.
Yeah, that's
The multi-channel networks.
Mm-hmm.
And these basically, so basically the MCN that he belonged to basically stole it was technically they stole 1.7 million from all the, the network, the channels that was within the network.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like an ongoing legal thing, and so if you don't have them though, you're kind of screwed if somebody tries to copyright strike you. That's basically the main purpose right now of MCNs is for your protection with copyright.
Right, like Reckless Scene, they were in an MCM, and then like when they left, basically they were approved for something. I don't know if it was their AdSense account or whatever, but it was approved when they were in the MCM, but when they left, they weren't approved and they were on a wait list with no communication. They were just sitting there without getting their money, and that was like Matt, the guy who runs the channel, that was his job, and he was not making any money for months. So that's when he jumped to Twitch and started doing shit on there, and they're heavy on their Patreon because YouTube just said, "Yeah, fuck you, you're not getting your money," and we'll get back to you when we feel like it. That was before they decided to screw everybody over with the whole,
that's
so
even before then.
Yeah, it's before the so many thousand followers. It's just like, oh no, if you have a copyright thing, or I don't know if it was their AdSense. He did a bunch of videos about it when it happened, and they basically said, yeah, we're just gonna fuck you over. FCA to test Jeep car sharing and other pilots. What the hell is this about?
Well, I guess it's about basically like
wow. I don't give a shit about gas. Look at this fucking thing. It's a Hummer truck with motorcycles in the back. Okay. Well, dirt bikes, whatever you want to call them. So,
yeah, I guess it's basically programs for like renting and borrowing cars and stuff like that.
Oh shit, I can't afford to do it. Okay.
I thought it was. I don't know all the details. My initial thought is it was going to be like, how like those e-scooters or whatever. Don't you use like and then like people leave them everywhere or whatever?
Yeah, they're all over the fucking place.
Yeah, Frank. I was telling Frank before, you should have watched that South Park thing on it because it's basically what they had in the show, right? They're like everywhere. It's like a nuisance,
Yes, my parking garage at work, literally the one day there was none, and the next day you couldn't get on the sidewalk.
It's crazy. But
I just threw the next article up because I wasn't going to read it.
Chrysler plans to launch a trio of pilot programs in Boston aimed at boosting sales of its Jeep cash cow and other brands, according to media reports. The programs, which involve car sharing and subscription services, are expected to roll out starting this month. Bloomberg reported earlier this month that Jeep is launching 2 small pilot programs in Boston, one in which owners can rent out their Jeeps through peer-to-peer car sharing, startup Turo, and other a 3-month subscription service in partnership with Avis Budget Group, in which owners can swap their Jeeps for other vehicles like a Ram 1500 pickup or a Dodge Challenger. There's also a third program in the works, according to Motor Authority. It's called Car Borrowing, and it's also a partnership with Avis. According to the report, it'll allow Jeep owners in Boston to start next month to purchase 6 Jeep coins, each good for 1 day. Rental of most Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, valid for a year. Participants will the borrowed vehicle or have them delivered. I don't know. It doesn't sound like the e-scooter things, but I always thought that would be interesting too. What couldn't they do something like that for cars? But I'm sure people would still find a way to
Fuck it
you know,
up.
like people would, they'd still find a way to fuck it up, or like they would hack them and try to find a way to outwear them and shit. I
Right.
don't know. People probably don't do that with the e-scooters because they're they're not gonna put that much effort into stealing a scooter, right?
I mean, well, you'd be surprised.
I
So,
guess, man, but I'm saying
T-Mobile-
a car would be a lot more worth it.
Yeah, but I mean, they probably have more ways to like keep you from fucking with a car, and plus,
Yeah,
like
tracking.
that, and like we have it on record here that you borrowed the. I didn't. Yes, you did.
Right.
T-Mobile Sprint merger turns 2 disruptors into 1 mega company. Dems warn. Yeah,
Them.
that's just what we need is 2 fucking companies that don't know what the fuck they're doing to just have
A
it.
mega monster.
Yeah, it's gonna be them, AT&T, and fucking Verizon. Who gives a shit about Boost? Nobody. Right?
Right.
Um,
T-Sprint.
I mean, similar merger was blocked in 20. I mean, yeah, they're just waiting for it to get okay, and they always say they're against big businesses and all that, trying to break it up, but they don't want to. They actually just let them own the shit. Who gives a shit?
I bet you the one that's going to gobble up all of them is probably going to be the Verizon at the end.
I mean, they
have the most money, I think.
right. Microsoft will help expand rural broadband across or access in Vermont.
Yeah. In contrast, it's a little more of a happy story, I guess. And it's basically, I didn't read the article, but it's basically what the title says, I think.
Microsoft is continuing to help people in rural areas gain broadband access through its Airband initiative. It's teaming up with Vermont to expand connectivity there while offering students access to digital skills and computer science programs. Well, that's good. I mean, from what I was reading, basically, like they're considering different ways to do, not these guys, but they're actually everyone is considering different ways of how to actually do broadband because for years they've done wire buried in the ground and they spent money on the infrastructure, and now they're realizing no, we could just hang some wireless access points or do like SpaceX and launch some fucking satellites in, and everyone can have gigabit broadband, and you won't have to actually build shit in the ground. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the goal. I mean, yes, it sounds like, oh, we're gonna roast our nuts with the that 5 gigahertz is gonna kill us and give us all brain tumors. But we thought the same thing with cell phone towers, and now we don't even think about those.
Yeah, we have so much shit that's going through us that's 5 gigahertz isn't gonna be any different.
No, if I could get 10 gigabit internet, I'd be cool. I don't care. Go ahead, beam me up, Scotty.
All the cool kids like Linus and Steve are doing it, right?
Right? I mean, it's
10
good to give
gigabit.
faster internet 3 million people by 2022. For education program. Education programs is always good because then smarter people is always a good thing because then they can solve problems faster if you have more smart people and less dumb people run around and motherfuckers. Hold on. Is this a Doug article you got next?
Yeah, these are the Doug articles, and I thought Ben was gonna stick around, but nope.
You knew better than that shit. Microsoft Office now available in the Mac App Store.
Yeah, and that's basically you just can read the title and surmise from that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure Ben might appreciate that, or Doug. I don't know. I mean, they already have that shit anyway, don't they? Like something similar.
I mean, who gives a shit about Office? Really, Ben and Doug. Doug, I can see writing shit, but he probably no fuck that shit. I use OpenOffice or LibreOffice or whatever the fuck it is. LibreOffice is owned by the same people who did OpenOffice, but OpenOffice I don't think is supported anymore or whatever. I don't know.
What do you use? Do you just use like the browser shit with Google?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I've used whatever, yeah, like you said, what Google has, and I've also used LibreOffice, which I like the software. The thing is, though, it's got a nagging like, here's a fucking update.
Hello? Uh-oh. Hello?
Yeah, it's and it blows up.
What did you say? You cut off for a little bit.
I said Apple might start making its own batteries for iPhones and Macs, huh? They're gonna own that fuck up
Yeah.
when they start blowing up.
Right. Yeah, let's dip our toes into the battery thing. Right.
Right. The most volatile.
We'll be beta testing that.
The most volatile part of your fucking phone that blows the fuck up. Let's go ahead and just make that our new thing we're gonna do.
Yeah, people beta test that shit, right?
I mean, it's Apple. People will line up to get the exclusive new shit, even if it blows up on launch day. Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, now we're gonna get into the gaming shit here.
EA has reportedly canceled its story-driven Star Wars game. Where the hell's the X to? I can't even close out of that. So they're giving the X to a single-player focus Star Wars game, reports Kotaku. Oh, game which was once in development under the now shuttered EA studio of Visceral Games. It's been in the works for years, most recently under the leadership of Uncharted director Amy Hennig. In June, Hennig revealed she had left EA to form her own studio, leaving the project's fate up in the air. Well, that sucks because that sounds like an awesome game. It's the fucking game we all want, man.
Right.
No, we'd rather just bring you a bunch of shit that we can charge out the anus for. On. I was gonna show you a meme if I can find it. Basically, it was a best EA gaming accessory, and it's a fucking credit card reader.
I'm money must have.
Copy link. Okay.
Your
I'm
money, I
sorry.
want.
Yes. Fortnite's legal battles probably won't result in big payouts.
And so basically, like the dance moves people are butthurt
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Right. What was it?
Big emotes,
dude from Fresh Prince,
Carlton,
Carlton,
Alfonso.
and then somebody else that didn't say he stole it, but then they did. I don't.
Right, and that's like there's a couple rappers or whatever, and this article is basically saying that they're probably not going to get big payouts or any at all since they didn't get any kind of like copyright protections on them.
Right. Where's the guy's name? Alfonso. It was just here a second ago. Whatever his name is, he didn't. Carlton. He didn't copyright it until after this whole thing came out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to copyright a dance unless you're like Michael Jackson with the moonwalk, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like some of the people are just like trying to say it's their thing because they're, like they have some kind of like something similar in what it's, the mode is called, like fresh or whatever. I think that the Alfonso
Right.
guy was trying to say.
Well, like, I mean, I've got like in my guitar software, there are amps that are supposed to sound like certain amps, but they can't go out and say this sounds like a 1960s Marshall, whatever. So, like, they'll take what it sounds like and then give it a cutesy little name that lets you know. Like, they have one that's supposed to sound like the guitar player for Randy Rhoads who played for Ozzy Osbourne. Well, they don't want to say Randy Rhoads guitar amp. They'll call it Crazy Randy because his Crazy Train was him and his name was Randy. So, just a little cutesy that hints at what the fuck it actually is.
Right.
Without getting in trouble.
But I mean, that just goes to show you got to be pretty desperate if they're, you're trying to go after something that was like back from the 90s.
Right. Oh, okay. You did have this article in yours. I didn't see I didn't add this story until after you sent your email, and I didn't get a chance to read it because, like I said, my wife came home late. So
I figured you'd have it either already or you'd get it last minute.
Twitter reacts to $276 Fallout 76 jacket with a bunch of bag jokes. So yeah, can I summarize this because I'm I'm deeply versed in sadness and okay. So basically, we all remember.
Like more? Is this similar to the Canvas thing?
Well, okay. The thing is, like, Bethesda has a tendency lately anymore of launching products based on Fallout's IP that don't live up to the advertised specs, I guess I can say. And in doing so, they've created a name for themselves, and when they post something new that they've got, the trolls come out in force. So like, what was that last month or whatever when they had a canvas bag, and then when they actually arrived, it was cheap plastic or whatever the fuck it was. So now they announced this leather jacket, which is made to look like a vault suit, and a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, I thought of it." The first one I saw was like, "I thought of this blue fucking tarp," and then people are like, "Oh no, here it is," and it's a blue grocery bag, and a rain poncho. So it's like they have no faith. Yeah, IKEA bag. They have no faith that the original thing will actually show up looking like the ad. Before they made a hoodie. By the way, the guy says, "Got mine today," and it's the fucking hoodie. So,
well, it's just going to get worse and worse because now people are hyper focused on it, and they're going to get more and more sensitive about it.
Well, I mean, already you can't go to any tweet like Fallout and Bethesda have their official Twitter pages, and they will tweet when there's hey, there's an update to the game, and the game's been out for months. If you don't fucking like it, don't play it. Don't buy it. And every time they're like, "Hey, here are the updates," 100%, not 99.9, 100%. There's going to be almost the first comment. Yeah, too bad the game sucks and no one plays it. And everybody's got to follow up. Well, we're reading this because we play it, dude. No one can have fun playing that game. So,
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
yeah.
If you don't like it, you shouldn't play it. The only time I don't agree with that argument is if, like if you're been a fan of something and then it's changed to something that you didn't,
Well,
like you're not used to.
I mean, it did change, but the thing is, they said going in, this is a multiplayer Fallout 4 version. They didn't. I don't think they sold it for anything more than like. Yes, there are glitches. Big deal. It's the same engine that they used for fucking multiple games ago, just modified. And the thing is, it's to me, it's running mostly fine. I mean, so people are just being nitpicky, and I mean, they're gonna keep updating it as long as the game exists. So I don't know. People are just big crybabies, but in this instance, yeah, I can see it's funny, but you know, they just announced the fucking thing. I mean, let someone get one that's crappy before you say they're all shit. I mean, I understand
Right.
the rum came in a plastic bottle. I get that. But I mean, I did have a 76 story though. I want to throw in here
Okay, go ahead.
while we're on the subject. I keep seeing these stupid like on YouTube. It's like suggested, hey, here's a story you might be interested in on YouTube, and people are like, oh, just pretty soon, Fallout 76 is going to go free to play. It's not going free to play. In case you were wondering, the
Okay.
rumor was silly, but Bethesda made it officially anyway. No. So, like, Bethesda, if Fallout 76 goes free to play, I want my money back straight up. And the guy says, there's no truth in this rumor. So, yeah, no. They made it. Yes, it went on sale right after it came out because they want to sell more copies, you dumb shits. I mean, people are like, I'd be mad if I paid $60 for a game and then it came out for $40. I didn't pay $60. I paid $80. So, I mean, but yeah, it's all over fucking bullshit. People, oh, it's gonna be free to play soon. I'm not even gonna bother looking on YouTube for thumbnails where people say it. They're just speculating some made up bullshit. Bethesda's gonna make money as long as it's just like their Skyrim. As long as they can make money selling it, they're gonna fucking sell it,
Your money.
right? So, go to your next article here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying. I was reading it. I'm trying to sort of understand this article, but I guess I'll just have to read it a little bit.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC is being changed to better reflect player choices. Legacy of the First Blade forced players into a heterosexual romance, even if they previously selected a same-sex relationship. Okay, so basically, it's not really. It's kind of Assassin's Creed is kind of open world, kind of. In the storyline, though, you know how you can romance characters. You can romance a same-sex character, but then in the DLC, now you know how DLC is kind of like a linear path at certain points.
Yeah.
They force you into a hetero romance with a character. I mean, like they said, to better. What was it they said? What the hell was the? To better reflect the player choices. So, I mean, all games that give you choices have to pick at some point what is canon and what is not, because in Wolfenstein, like I said, you can kill somebody and then, or you can, like they say, I'm going to
kill
either.
you.
Well, you're not killing them. Like the bad guy says, if you don't make a choice, this guy will die, or you'll die. And if you don't choose one or the other, they just pick somebody at random. Well, and then in the follow-up game, they have to say, well, okay, you picked this guy. Or actually with Wolfenstein, they give you the option to pick one or the other and say you did which one I think, because it's happened in multiple versions of the games. In this, I don't know if they just said, well, you could have romanced, the same sex, but we're going to just say it was the hetero. And I think that has bothered people, I think, but I'm not 100%
Right.
sure. I'm not too up on the lore.
Me neither. I mean,
So
I was a fan of some of the earlier Assassin's Creed games, but
I think I have one or two of them, but I've never played any of it.
yeah,
Like I said, my old computer is kind of a potato. So, but I mean, my understanding of it was they did it to maintain consistency, but you can only give free choice up to a certain point. Um, I mean, if they made it so you could choose what route you had went to the previous game in the following game, that'd be even more complex, and I think you could give them like, oh man, kudos. But I think if they couldn't, well, you shouldn't really hold them accountable. Maybe this is just letting us know what happened, and they're not.
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't read the full article. Like I said, I'm not fully versed in it. I just kind of got a general sum of it somewhere. Leaked dates say Steam Lunar New Year sale will run February 4th to 11th.
Yeah. Now, did you have that in there
No,
in your articles? Okay.
no,
I'm
son,
not
I
sure
don't
if you
have any
know too
money to
much
buy
about
games.
that. Yeah, you kind of wallets is kind of hurting now.
It's oh, have you seen the Steam meme?
What?
Hold on, I got it's one of the first ones when you Google it here. Hold on, give me a second. Dress on. Pull this up. It's sale time. No, Steam, no. Steam with a belt, take the belt to your wallet. That's true. Lord Gaben knows how to make us just turn over all that money.
Yeah,
Dude, I bought so many games I don't even need. I don't. There's a go ahead.
I can has.
Um
No, I thought Steam sales were supposed to be a good thing.
I mean they are cuz like shit's like, there's no, reason for the to be this, no reason for the you know, like what is it? Okay, I'll show you the actual. I found a comic that sums it up. It's not a meme. It's a comic. If I can find my pointer. Where's my pointer? What's the point? Okay. That says, "Oh, another Steam sale, huh?" He's like, "I practically purchased the entire Steam catalog. There can't be much more money I can spend." And the very next panel, he's homeless in a box. How it is, dude. I have. Well, how many do I have? I have 645 games in my library.
You need to get that up to 666 then.
Well, see, my wish list is over 1,000, so eventually, basically,
Would you ever play that? Because I haven't played it yet since I got it for Christmas, but I've just
what?
been busy. Would you ever play that Red Dead Redemption 2?
I mean, yeah, but it's not on PC yet. No, I'm not going to
I'm
play
sure it
anything
will
like that
be.
on Xbox.
What did they do it for PC for the first game?
I don't think they did.
Yeah.
But anyway, update: a leaked image or an image leaked to PC Gamer from the Steam partner site shows more details on upcoming Steam Lunar sale, including the dates and sale requirements, most of which will only matter to developers putting their games up at discount. Um, I enjoy the Steam sales even when I'm not buying things because every day you can do a little function to get a free um trading card, And then after you amass trading cards, you can craft a badge that will show up on your profile, or you can just have in your inventory. And after you get so many badges, you can level up your badge to be different. And like Steam is like a game within itself. You get XP and all this bullshit. It's
Yeah, you're
it's
like, well, they do have achievements
yeah, they have
or
achievements.
badges or whatever.
Well, they'd have both. They have XP, achievements, badges. You can level up your profile. I mean, it's so stupid, but you know what? I like my favorite thing to do is go through my queue because they give you a queue of, hey, here's some games you might be interested in, and if you click through all, I think it's 11 of them, it goes, oh, hey, here's a trading card for going through all these, and you can go through it 2 more times today. And I will try to go through every day because that's the easiest way to get. But then they've got some little other function that you can do, and it's cool. They like you can interact, and like they got one where it's you go through your like you get an achievement for playing an old game in your library that you haven't played yet. And so that got me, when I had no money to spend, but it's like, okay, play this game you haven't played in 2 years. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, there's websites based on like when is the next. I think it's when is the next Steam sale. I think it's when is the next Steam sale. I think that's the website I'm going. Yeah, next summer sale, June 23rd, 2019. That's inaccurate then if the February sale is true.
Yeah,
But
I
I
wish
mean,
it was June so bad just for the weather.
right. Talk about the weather. So is that your last article, sir?
Yep. What time is it? It's 12:23. So whatever you want to do.
I'm just gonna power through some of my articles, sir, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Um, I've got like 4 articles on this same story, so I'm just gonna link one of them. In tech news, there's a new product from Western Digital. They've got an M.2 with this heatsink, right? That's made to tempt gamers
Oh boy.
because it's all edgy and black and shit.
Extreme.
WD boasted it will help gamers snag a tangible next level competitive boost during intense PC gameplay,
That's some next
allowing
level shit.
SSD to run for longer periods, sustain read write performance comparable with non heatsink versions. So, what about the prices? The 250 gig version costs $79.99, and the 2 terabyte version is $499. The non-heatsink version, with up to 1 terabyte capacity, are available now. We have to wait until spring for the 2 terabyte capacity with heatsink option. I mean, I would just buy fucking the cheap version and slap an RGB heatsink on it.
Yeah.
But I have one, two, three. I have 3 articles on the same damn thing, so that's crazy. And they're trying to get them gamers, dog, because that's who's built the PCs, the workstations, and the gamers. That's it. Also,
Yep.
since we're on hardware at the moment, I love me some Fractal. Well, my case I told you is the Define S2.
Fractal Design, Josh.
Well, Fractal Design has made a Meshify S2.
Meshify C.
No. See that the C was the body style. If you like the Define S2, but want it fucking meshified, that's basically it. Because I saw on the day they launched it, I saw a video, and yeah, it's exactly like I thought it was. It's my case, but if it was Meshify. So
Yeah, I remember the one ad that Jay from Jay's 2 Cents did. Like he would do a pre-ad to his videos where he squeezed the 2 different kinds of fractal design cases together, and it's like whatever the guy wanted. Like it was a case where it had like a bunch of hard drive support and like is good for liquid cooling or whatever.
right. Bitwit did one where he left cases alone in a room, and they made a baby case.
Baby. Aww.
So I'm not going to go through any of the video here, but ratings.com, RTING, whatever, did testing NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility with 25 FreeSync monitors. Because remember, they said it was only compatible with 25 of them that were, compatible.
Yeah.
This guy tested 25 of them, apparently. So
He did all of them.
I guess I just saw the headline and said, I've got to share that because people will want to know how it worked. And I, I'm not going to watch it because I don't care. But I felt like sharing.
You were curious, though.
I mean, just a little bit, but not enough to watch a video with 25
Nah.
different. It's too many options, basically. Also, the whole dark mode thing.
Dark mode your life, baby.
A web browser extension lets you change the color theme of websites from bright and/or white to dark mode. The extension is called Dark Reader, and it's available for free on Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. So this is just to give you another fucking option. Now, this apparently I was reading it because this also, see, they actually give you the little side-by-side comparison here. What it would look like. And then also, where the hell is it? It's not just you can even make the entire browser. You can see the edges of the browser are black instead of white.
Yeah. The only thing is I like the background like a dark gray, but not like totally a black. Then it looks just like you're in like command prompt or something. It's kind of boring.
Right. I mean, it's customizable. Look, you can adjust the contrast and the sepia and the grayscale and shit right there.
Yeah.
Now, I guess they said it also works with some themes if you want to layer it up. I just thought it's cool to give the people who because yes, you can get in and do like you and tweak the entire UI and make it look different and all that. Or if you're lazy and just want to click a button, or if all you really do is only you don't want extra, because I like the dark themes obviously, but with stylus you can actually change to different kinds of themes, not just dark. This is designed just to be dark, so it's customizable, yet it's also simple in what it does. So
get that bottom one out of there.
But in case you want that Safari, I don't know if there's anything available for Safari now that I think about it. But also, by the way, I missed this. I showed you the guy doing the FreeSync in NVIDIA card monitor, whatever. Also similar FreeSync versus G-Sync compatibility, unexpected input lag results. It's another video, but I linked the Reddit article because there are comments and discussions. And if watching a video isn't enough, you can also read. So,
Who has time for that? I ain't gonna read. But no, I wonder since Intel is going to be doing their own GPU in a couple of years, that if they're gonna be doing their own kind of sync technology or whatever.
I froze, didn't I?
Yeah. Was I chopping out?
No, I didn't. There was nothing. I thought I was totally going to disconnect.
Yeah.
I think I got to up my fucking RAM speed. That might be it. One thing. But anyway.
But no, I was just saying, I wonder since Intel is doing their own GPU in a couple of years, if they're going to have their own sync technology or whatever, then we have to deal with that.
Right. No, they'll just say, oh, it works with FreeSync because FreeSync's free.
Yeah. Now, what I'd like to see is, like we said, competition is a good thing. I think it'd be awesome if all three, Team Red, Green, and Blue, all did GPU and CPU.
Right. Check this out. Since we were talking about dark themes and shit, the Google Assistant app is rolling out dark mode cards, which that's their little, if you find an article, that's what they call it, a card. and they look pretty terrible. So yeah, see, here's a little icon for the Google Assistant, and you say, get more done with your assistant. Here's your calendar today. Dark mode is all the rage on Android right now, with many of its own apps and processes, shader themes, not just Google apps. Soon, Android itself will support a darker palette at the OS level, something many in the community feel is years overdue. Now, yes, it is. Now it seems the Assistant UI is getting in on the action, and the team's first stab has, to put it plainly, not gone well. Just look at these screenshots. Oh boy, yeah. Because see, that's the UI is just white. And yes, you can change parts, but they just pop up black.
Yeah.
And it looks, yeah.
That needs some work.
Well, see, like this is exactly when I paid to have to make a theme that would make everything dark, and then it fucking didn't. Everything was still white, and it just looked stupid.
Dude, that would suck, man.
I mean, it wasn't actual money that I had. It was actually like, from doing surveys, so it was free money. But still, it was like $2.
Would you like to take a survey?
No. But now also, come on, copy. Okay. The this title was so clickbaity, I clicked on it and actually kind of Chrome will soon support this underused Windows feature. Now, this was the picture from it. What do you think it is?
Hold on. Yeah, zoom in on my phone.
Zoom enhance.
Zoom.
Fucking media keys.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? If you remember, I bought my keyboard because it had media keys and nothing fucking supports it, really. Google has slowly been adding support for native Windows 10 features, making the browser feel more at home in the platform. We have recently seen support for native Windows 10's notifications, and support for Windows 10 Dark theme is coming. The latest feature to add Chrome to 73 is support for the Media Session API in Windows and Chrome OS. So basically, if you're watching YouTube, you can pause it and turn the volume and shit up with the media keys. So that's nice to actually use the thing you bought.
That is nice. I was gonna say, with my headphones, I noticed like on my phone, since they have like controls on them, they're Bluetooth. You know how like if you go into like Chrome or whatever, like your browser, and you go to YouTube, you tell it to do desktop site, and then you can play the YouTube videos with your screen off or in the background or whatever, right?
What?
You know, you could do that where you know how YouTube doesn't let you play with the screen off in their YouTube app, but if you go to youtube.com in the browser and you click on request desktop site, it'll it'll think you're on like a desktop computer or whatever. Then it'll play.
I thought they did away with that little hack.
No, it still works, and like I said, you even have on my phone. You even what you got to do is what'll happen is like when you turn the screen off and then you turn the screen back on, the music is stopped, but then a little in your lock screen it'll give you like a little like play button or whatever for that content or like flash video or whatever, and you can play it. But I had noticed like if you're in a playlist, I noticed like my headphones, if I click next or like previous track or next track, it'll actually go to the next video in the playlist on YouTube.
You don't say.
So like, I bet you that would even work because you said your Skull Candies or whatever had like controls on it, right?
Yeah. Well, my thing was to just pause the damn video, because if I'm listening, I can listen to a YouTube video in a browser, but pausing it doesn't work if I press the pause button. I have to open up the video and hit pause. And I really would like to be able to just, press the button on my fucking headphones and not have to, pull my phone out to find it.
Well, I guess it depends on the headphones and what, like what commands it tells it to do to the operating system, I guess,
Yeah. Hulu drops to just $5.99 per month after Netflix's price hike. But live TV still costs more. Yeah. Too bad they got fucking commercials. Otherwise, they'd be killing it. I mean, I understand there's a premium for like live TV and current content, but gotta compete somewhere, dog, right?
Right.
Android Q will allow your evil carrier to lock down your phone in new and exciting ways.
Oh shit.
Now that Android Pie is in the rearview mirror, it's time to start obsessing over Android Q. Luckily, a leak last week revealed some positive changes like a system-wide dark mode and refined permissions. It's not all rainbows and unicorns, though. Additions to the Android source code suggest that Google will also give carriers new tools to SIM lock phones. Fuckery, fuckery, fuckery. But let me get out of the sad stuff and go into gaming stuff.
Debbie Downerson.
Right. Next Xbox to feature ray tracing, 1TB NVMe SSD storage dev kit to release after GDC 2019. Rumor.
I did see that. That looks interesting.
I mean, I understand the whole, like, the one where they said.
Uh-oh. You dugged again. Hello? Hello? Oh shit, dude.
Fucking freezing up again. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good thing I'm almost done.
Yeah, no, you were set. You got off on the Xbox thing.
I was saying if it's gonna have an AMD APU, how the fuck is it gonna ray trace? But whatever.
Yeah,
By the way,
but
speaking of ray tracing, go ahead.
I wonder if that'll ray trace your vaping, the vapors.
Right. Quake 2 is the best argument for NVIDIA's ray tracing. So somebody modded Quake 2 to where you can play it with ray tracing. It's not technically ray
I did
tracing.
see that.
I watched a video from UDF Tech about it. It's not actually ray tracing, it's path tracing, which is instead of ray tracing the entire scene, it traces where the camera is going to be pointed. But that's all you fucking need to worry about, not the shit that's off camera. So Quake, they actually made it where it's all, it's in beta right now or not even. But it looks really good. The videos I saw, I was like, man, I want to play that.
So you're not going to get to see that underside of the Jeep like in Battlefield.
Oh no, the guy that was playing, he's like, I love that the character model is just an arm with a gun. Like when you go to water and there's a reflection, you look at it, all you see is the arm and the gun. Because they did make a fucking face, just an arm and a gun. I think it was Doom. It was just an arm, a gun, and a boot, because you would kick stuff.
What about Duke Nukem?
I don't know.
Wasn't that like even older than the original Doom?
I don't know. So this lady, oh, goddamn ad, I can't even read the article. Where the hell's my mouse? Pointer. Okay. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah, to say that 3 times fast.
That. Drops in on Twitch stream, says Nintendo 64 is the best console. Aaron Sorkin told Democrats like AOC to stop acting like young people. That's her name, by the way, Alexandria AOC. So she went to a Donkey Kong live stream and talked about Pokemon Snap and why the N64 is the best console.
Should have gotten a PlayStation.
Yeah. I mean,
Looks.
I mean, get the young folks talking about the. Yeah.
What was your favorite Nintendo 64 game, Frank?
Actually, I didn't have a 64, so I only played it later. So, what about you, GoldenEye?
Probably the Zelda, I guess.
Oh, that's the one with the gold cartridge, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I still need to play that the Breath of the Wild, but I'll probably
Mm.
have to get some kind of like ROM or something because I ain't buying a Switch just for that game. You know,
Right.
and from what I've heard, it's basically like just as good as with like the Wii U version or whatever.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you can run it like at HD settings and stuff.
Yeah, because that was like the very last game that they did for Wii U, so it was on Wii U and the Switch.
Mm. Well, that was my last article, sir.
Sweet.
Did you have anything else you want to talk about?
Mm, no, I
Ba-
don't think so.
Basically, no.
Basically, I
Okay.
just unless if Zoe has anything to talk about.
Oh, she's sleeping. Oh.
Yeah, they had a big day. We were playing out in the snow and stuff, running around.
Hmm.
It was a little bit warmer during the day, so it wasn't as bad.
Right. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to get my RAM back up to speed and then probably just go to bed myself.
Yeah, I hope you get that RAM
It was
sorted out.
it was working fine, and then when I put a hardware monitor on, it said it wasn't. That's fucking weird.
Uh,
Maybe it just
that's,
for maybe it just forgot the overclock. Uh,
shouldn't have gotten a Foxconn.
I have a Foxconn socket in there.
I said shouldn't have.
Oh, well, what are you gonna do, right?
But no, I'm sure there's something you could do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for coming on, sir.
Thanks for coming on. We better quit where we're ahead with before we get cut off here from that shit.
Right. Excuse me.
Boobs.
Boobs. Oh, that's Ben's old team. Check out my Tumblr.
Check out my Tumblr.
I have a Tumblr, but I never use it. It just kind of forwards some of my other posts to it. Okay. Well, anyway.
Do some guitar, Frank.
Okay. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us. If you stuck through this, we didn't get to what our email suggestion, but that's okay. We'll talk about it later.
Right.
It's too fucking late now.
Hey, you gotta give that your baby some medical attention.
You gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out.
Peace out.